And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Keserian, and welcome to episode number 38 of my Let's Play series. So, if I can get my friends to stop messaging me on Steam. Never mind. Alright, so why have I carved out a messy hole in the side of my nice-looking basement? I'm not even entirely certain. Actually, I know exactly why. We are going to be doing a bit of work with ender chests today. And more importantly, we're going to be getting power to that system we have. So let's get ourselves an ender chest, and why don't we color it? Let's say lapis lazuli. We'll call it blue, blue, blue. We need 6 pieces because I'm going to make another ender chest off camera in a second. So let's get ourselves our lapis. Now we need to get power out to that other facility over there. You know, that new mining machine I'm building out there? Yeah. Well, it needs power. How are we going to get it power? Simple. Ender chests. Now, if you've watched, take a good look at my channel. You've seen a very similar build to this. So what we're going to do, if I can lay this out in my head, I'm going to come over, pull out, come over. This will be easier on the top block. So to put that there. And then I know I pulled out a couple filters. No, I asked them to be crafted. I didn't actually pull them out. Because I'm a derp. Yep, I'm a derp. But unfortunately, thanks to the wonders of the ME system, I'm not too much of a derp. You guys still running in there? Oh, yeah. We got plenty of biofuel now. Our ME system basically fixed all of our problems ever. So, let's install this thing. Well, okay, not all of our problems, but a good chunk of them. Our screwdriver's up there already. So let's flip that over there, right? Now, we're going to take... what am I doing here? Oh yes, I need an energy crystal. Now, let me show you a quick trick with this. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking energy crystals out of that ender chest. Depleted ones. And give me 5. Oh, okay. But the problem is that these things have a habit of changing their data values, if you will. So if you notice, this is the data value for one that's just been crafted. However, if I throw it into this thing, you can see it changes its data value. If I throw it into this thing, it changes its data value again as it discharges. Now, if I find an easy way to discharge this thing completely, well, I know how I'm going to do it. Unfortunately, my network's reached the balance point where it's actually hard to find a place where I can discharge this thing into. Nope, not that way. And I'm getting some FPS lag today. I'm not certain why. It actually didn't happen until I plugged in all my equipment to record with. So, yeah. So let's go over here. Let's go over to this. And let's discharge this thing. Right, we can't. That's the modifier slot. How am I going to discharge this thing now? If it were a battery, it would be easy. Okay. Quick and dirty solution now. Let's separate our entire power network from the turbine. You should start draining. And that should eventually drain the energy crystal. Eventually. You know what? Let's just request... That should start draining some more power out of it. There we go. Now, if you watch, I believe it's going to have a different data value than it actually did when we crafted it. Remember, when we first crafted it, it didn't have a damage value at all. Yep, see? Now it doesn't even have a damage value. Well, it does. It has a damage value of 26, which is significantly different than the non-existent damage value it had when we first made it. So, be this a lesson to you guys. Charge and then discharge your energy crystals before you start configuring this system. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to tell this thing, hey, pull empty energy crystals out of this chest. And while we're at it, let's craft another energy crystal so that we don't have to basically pre-code our energy crystals on the other side. Energy. Remember, red power 2 blocks don't use those ghost blocks, the shadow blocks. So you actually do have to put the item into the machine. Okay? So let's also tell it that an unused at all energy crystal needs to be pulled out. Okay. So now let's get our pneumatic tubes. Let's go like this. Okay. So if you remember what I did a second ago, you charge these items by putting them in the top slot of the MF8. Okay, but now we have to get it out. And how do we do that? Well, we can't have a filter there, and that's why I made myself another retriever. You guys remember this thing? At least you should. We only used it about, very beginning of the series. Excuse me. So let's connect to that, and let's put this in place. And we don't need this pipe. Okay, so now the retriever is going to pull the full energy crystals. If we charge one up all the way, do. We're waiting. We're almost charged, and we're charged. So the retriever is going to pull our full energy crystals back out, and I need energy over here. I forgot about that. So let me get our full energy crystal, and the retriever will pull it out. Okay? Now let's get behind this thing for a second. Now if I go down here, if I go down 2, okay? Go down 2, break that block, these 2 blocks, and these 2 blocks. What am I putting back here? Well, you'll find out. Let us craft for ourselves, just so we can provide some power to that thing. Let's make ourselves a thermal pile. Iron, copper, 2 blue-doped blue alloy wafers. So let's get ourselves 2 of these. And I need a single blue alloy ingot. Begin you. And let's get ourselves some iron.
Sorry.
We need 2 pieces of iron, don't we? And 4 copper. Now, what the thermopile does is it takes the the heat differential between several blocks, and it converts it into electricity. This also exists in real life, by the way. It's not very fast. It's quite slow, in fact. Thermopile. But it's a great way to generate power when you're underground and don't really feel like running a cable from all the way back there all the way across your house. To be honest with you, if I actually thought about this, I would have done it differently. How do I get lava? Oh, I know how to get lava. Hold on. I'm just thinking, boy, I don't want to go to the nether. I ripped out my lava transport system, but I have a portable tank. And no extra buckets. Alright, so let's get 3 of you. Now let's get ourselves an extra bucket. Because we need buckets. Bucket. Oh, I can see something I can clear out here. Dump you, dump you, dump you. Sort you. Okay, so now remember, all we have to do to get some lava out of this tank is drop it on the ground, right-click it with a bucket, shift-click to pick it back up, And let's put it back into our ME system. Boom. Nice and easy. Okay, so let's come back over here now. And we're going to put our lava on the bottom. Okay? And we are going to put our lava on the bottom, I said. There we go. And then we're going to take our thermopile. And I ran myself right out of blocks here, so let's put the support frame there just for right now. Thermopile goes on top. And these other 4 spaces are going to be filled with water. So let me get my bucket out. I should really carry 2 buckets full of water with me at all times. Oh, I did one better. Plop. There we go. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's pick this thing back up now. Now let's get one more bucket of water, put that in there. Not do what I just did, because I'm apparently derping it up today. Well, it's after a full day at work, so I'm kind of not all here right now, and I realized, oh, this episode's supposed to air tomorrow. I might want to get one out there. So now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to fill this back up. Because you never know when you need an emergency tank of water. Actually, nowadays with ender storage and ender tanks, I could just carry an ender tank around with me everywhere and not even have to worry about this. Okay, you are now full. So let's get our Omni wrench out. Pick this back up. Fill in the mess we made in the floor. Just like that. Okay. Go back over to our ME system, and we're going to need to get another one of those blue alloy ingots. Let's put you away. And you don't go in there, but you do go back in our canvas back. Boom. Nice and easy. Okay. ME system. Do I have any more of those blue alloy ingots? No, I don't. Let's make one. And in the meantime, let's just cut up some cobblestone for this. So let's get slabs, panels, covers. Nice. And our blue alloy ingot should be about done. I have to say, guys, this is why I love ME systems. They are one of my favorite systems in the whole wide world. It's actually, I even prefer it to the old logistics pipes because it's just so much more flexible. So let's get ourselves 4 cobblestone jacketed blue alloy wire. That's a mouthful to say quickly. Cobblestone jacketed blue alloy wire. Blech. Okay, let's go up and up. Now we should see that this guy is slowly gaining power. Slowly. Let's connect this like that. And now I'm just going to put a block here and here and here just to cover that area up. Get ourselves a timer. And the pulse doesn't really matter. So let's just connect this and connect that. Now, let's run over here and get ourselves a couple more of those energy crystals. Why? Here we go. One, two. Why don't you just craft me 5 more there? And let's throw these guys in. You can see they're being pulled out and dropped into the MFA. And charged up. Now the other one's just going to bounce around. It's going to backstuff the system and make it a bit of a pain. But that's okay. So once this thing charges, which shouldn't be more than a couple seconds, we should see it get pulled out by that retriever. And ding. Fries are done. And our retriever doesn't have enough power yet, does it? No, it doesn't. Let me fix that very quickly. So if I run upstairs, and you guys may or may not remember this, but a bat box, like that one, or rather, that one. Because that one's actually not integral to my entire power network. A battery box maintains its charge when you pick it up. So if you actually look at it in my hotbar, which I know is kind of small, you can actually see that my hotbar is displaying it as being full. So if I drop it in... pull this off for a second. So if I just drop it down like that, you should see it drain on almost automatically as it fully charges the... There we go. Fully charges that retriever for us. Nice and quickly. So when I connect this, and on the next ding, everything moves around, and this goes... somewhere. Why did you... Oh. You gonna behave now? Okay, so I will have to pre-charge and discharge them. Because apparently if there's no damage value, it assumes everything in that set with that damage value. So this way we should be working fine. Okay. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. And actually let me pre-charge that a little bit. And then discharge it so when we take it over to the other side, we can work on it. So let me get set up for the other side and I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're now back out in the woods, and if you notice, my frame rate's significantly better out here. Thank goodness. So, now that we're out here... I have an ender chest out here. I made another one for no apparent reason. Oh well. Ender pouch. Be gone! Okay. Now, let's color this one. Blue, blue, blue. We have our 2 full energy crystals and one of our depleted ones in here. Nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an MFE. You can see I made a bunch of other MFEs and power IC2 power systems. And we're just going to hook this MFE up right there. Okay? Ding! We're all set. Oop, boing. Thud. Now, if you notice, it's being connected to the frames by its bottom piece. You're saying, Keserian, you have an issue here. That's where it discharges. Well, no big deal. LRM was nice enough to give us... 2 frames! Also known as frubes. Ta-da! Frames, tubes, and frames. Nice. So what we're going to do now is, if I put you right here, okay, we're going to put our retriever right here. And we're going to screwdriver it around. And then we're going to put another frame tube right in here. Okay? Now that that's in, this is going to be what pulls out our depleted energy crystals. Okay? Okay. Then, this is going to give me a slight issue here. We're going to put our filter right here. Spin it around like that. You're an MFE, but I don't think you actually have an inventory to connect to. Darn it, you do. Okay, that's what I was a little afraid of with this build. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put our filter down on top of our retriever. And we'll spin it, and we will connect it just like that. Okay? Alright. Now this frame is supported by that. This is not supported by a frame. But we can fix that nice and easily just by doing that. So now everything is frame supported. Okay? Now we still have to get signal to these, but that's okay. So let's take out one of our full energy crystals, and let's put that up here. Okay? Now I already have a timer in my inventory somewhere. So what I'm going to do, though, first of all, is I'm going to come down here and just temporarily replace this frame with my battery box. Just long enough for this thing to charge up. Okay, it's nice and charged. Good. Okay, so you're supported on both sides. You're supported. This frame isn't. But we'll drop that there, okay? And then we're going to come out like this, because now we need power, all right? We officially now need power. So we're going to put down some of these solar panels. And to do that, we're going to need to make ourselves some panels. Panels work on frames like covers, except they have the opposite effect. Tiles that normally wouldn't stick. So for example, I don't think I can even see, I'm right clicking and I can't place the solar panel. The cobblestone panel forces these items to connect. You need it for wiring, logic, anything else of that sort. That wouldn't have worked, however. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's put our bat box right here. Now another change that Red Power 2 made is that we can now connect, I showed you this earlier in the season, blue alloy wires on these outside, or no? Interesting. I thought that was supposed to have worked. No big deal. We'll run it like that, and then like that and in, okay? Oh, you're kidding me. That was the test I had run with the miner. So we're going to run this stuff like this. Now are you going to connect? No. Okay. So this time, we're going to need some of this stuff. Put this here, and this here. And we're going to extend our support frames underneath like this. Boom. Okay. Much better. Now we should have this thing being supplied with power, correct? Correct. Okay. Now these aren't oriented the same way. So, because remember, they won't accept redstone signal from the front, only from the back. So what we'll do is we'll cheat a little bit. But we're going to have to run back home into Lagville before we do that. I really want to know what's causing so much lag in here anyways. It says it loads in. Something as we load it in is causing the lag. See, it's fine now, but as soon as I go somewhere, it won't be. Alright, so let's get our... That's my crafting monitor. Let's get ourselves some... What did I need? Let's get about a stack of redstone. And... Nope, not machine frames. I want support frames. Give me another stack, will you? Alright, so we're going to kind of cheat the system a little bit as we do this. Oh, I need some red alloy ingots as well. Come on, load it in. Load it in. You know you wanna. Okay. Red alloy ingots. Oh, I didn't teach my ME system how to craft those. Interesting. Let's zip back out. Okay. Aren't portals great? So, oh, you're not connected? Oh, I forgot to actually hook this part up. Bing! Okay. Now we should be receiving power over at this thing. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to break this frame. And we're going to turn it into a redstone tube frame. And then what we're going to do is we are going to drop our timer. See, can't have to use a cover. We're going to drop our timer right back here. And then we're going to put another panel right there. What we're going to do is we're going to put some wire down, and that's going to start pulling these things out. You notice they're now going into the MFE, and they should be charging all of these MFEs in line. Okay? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves some covers. I don't think just 8 will do, but we'll see. Maybe. And we're going to run this going 1, 2. Nope, we need one more set of them. So we should be able just to do this. And another red alloy ingot. Cover panel. There we go. And we'll connect those. And now you can see the full ones are being pulled back out. And the entire thing should be being emptied and recharged on our other side. Now our MFE is going to have issues keeping all this stuff charged for right now. And the astute amongst you will notice that this corner isn't connected to a frame. So we're going to fix that right now. Beautiful. Well, not very beautiful, but it's serviceable. Let's put it that way. Okay, so next up we're going to work on how this entire thing is going to fit together. And how we're going to pull items out and move items around from these chests over here. So we'll get to that in a couple minutes. I'll be right back when we're all set. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we have reached the point where it's time for me to say goodbye. We at least got the power supply going. Probably off camera, I'm going to make a couple more of those energy crystals. And we will be, in the next episode, working on shuttling items around this massive mining platform. So, if you like this episode, please comment, like, subscribe, something. Let me know you're out there. And thank you very much for watching. As always, ladies and gentlemen, happy mining.